Going live, dense strength, session 11 of 60. It's VMO Monday. The VMO is that teardrop shaped muscle by the knee there. We're covering a lot of knee tips today, a lot of good knee tips. I get a little distracted. Working knee over toe plus ankle mobility. And this really gets you strong in the soleus, which is the lower, deeper calf muscle. That's the key one to protect your Achilles. But check this out. To the degree that you can handle a weight on a 6-inch box in a perfect Patrick step up, I give you the okay to use a slant, which actually makes it harder at the very top, and then match that. So I'm doing all 10 sets of 10 today on the slant. So the slant compared to this makes it harder at the top. And remember that VMO and the tendons themselves get the best training effects at the very top of the motion and then at the very bottom of the motion. And I'm even gonna show you which exercises relate to which. I like a slight toe out, but I don't think it really matters. You could go straight foot on. I'm not really sure why I started doing that. I think I just like to keep that idea of the weight through my big toe, and then it kind of allows me to look at the VMO some more. So my count may be very bad because I'm trying to teach you today, but I'm gonna do all 10 sets of 10. And there's something actually really magical for long-term tendon issues about having to actually hold that top position. I think that was about 10. I'll go to this side. So the first common question people have on this, which I already started to cover, is, when should you use this? What's it better for? And it's really simple. What you can handle on a Patrick step up, I give you the green light to next session do on a Poliquin step up. Poliquin, Poliquin, Charles Poliquin. He's the most medal producing Olympic strength coach of all time. He was the one who gave me the original clue of the athlete whose knee can go farthest and strongest over the toes, has the most protected knee. I spent about $10,000 personally studying with him, which I don't charge that much for to learn everything I know now. But you get the point. He was in a different era where he has to charge the big bucks, whereas what I can do is I can just grow a community and then make it cheap for everyone. So it's pretty cool. And I don't, my struggle as a personal trainer was that I'm way too nice, and I basically never made a profit as a personal trainer. Whereas online, it allows me, I don't have the overhead of a gym. I can be doing shit like this, charging people very little money. I think that was 10. So look, I'm loving this, and I'm just gonna keep going back and forth. Now, let's dive even further into regression is the secret to progression. Even on something like your Patrick step up, there's no such thing as too low. Just go lower, okay? You can totally use no box at all, and you can balance with something. I think you can still see my foot. Just go right here. That's a Patrick step up. You can't go down a flight of stairs without doing a Patrick step up. I'm only asking you to work it at your level. So this is how, just like getting good at push-ups or anything else in life, this is how it works. Knee ability is essentially a safe, progressive system to build up protection around your knees from every angle. So I like to go up to 6 inches. And as I said, I told you we're gonna get into a lot of details today. People say, why not just keep going higher? That's because I like to use different exercises for different purposes. So if we look at 3 distinct exercises, I like to use the Patrick step up and the Poliquin step up. And next Monday, we're gonna go live on a Peterson step up, which I think you should only do once both of those are feeling good. Then you start to get your calf strength to match your knee strength. Notice that. So I'm lifting. So next Monday's live, I'm gonna do 10 sets of 10 in a Patrick step up. It's tougher, or in a Peterson step up, which comes from downhill skiing, where they want to get those calves to actually reduce knee injuries because they're taking turns in these kind of positions. So what you can handle on a Patrick step up, I say is okay to do on a Poliquin step up, which is magical for long-term tendon issues in there. I think I've done about 10, so I'm just gonna go to the next one now. But what I was saying is, why not just, people say, well then why not put this on there? Because we're trying to overload the top. So we wanna be, over time, we wanna be going to our own body weight on our back. In week, dense strength has 12 levels, and you don't have to rush the levels, and that's why I'm not today. I'm supposed to be using a little bit more weight in week 3. ATG split squat, you're challenging the very bottom. Because notice in a split squat, notice every inch I come out gets easier. So by the parallel position, it's actually not hard at all. This is easy. Notice how it gets harder. So the ATG split squat is the #1 exercise to directly overload that bottom position. So even something like, now let's look at a third exercise, the VMO squat. You're not just pushing back. So the VMO squat actually gets hardest right there. Getting through the sticking point is actually the hardest on a squat. So with reverse step up, ATG split squat so reverse step up for the top, ATG split squat to best measure the bottom, and then your squats, which I like to do on a slant board, but your squats are actually gonna hit that middle portion the best.